Hey, welcome to Tooling with Newman. So here I have my garage uh, slash my workshop, and I get a number of people ask, give us a nice long tour of your garage. I've had like, 3 or 4 people ask me that. So I figured, yeah, why not? Let's do a nice long tour here, and I'll go through. I'll show you everything. I'll show you how I set everything up. I'll try and move the camera along with me to kind of make life a bit easier, I guess you would say. I'll start from one side and I'll move around. All right, and I'll try and go through and explain everything and to give you guys some ideas, or if you want some motivation to do things. Let me give you a pan around so you can see what we got, and then I'll go from there. So here is obviously my tool area, and then as we spin around here, it's just a standard 2-car garage. You see there? And then I have like all my kit areas here. Actually, over here, if you take a look over here, these are gator magnets. I did a video on those. They're awesome, real strong magnets. You fix the metal plates to the wall, and then you attach the magnets, and then you can put whatever you want on there. Really good magnets. I love them. Real good so far. I also did a video on this Giraffe Tools. It's basically a pressure washer for the car. Another awesome thing. I love it. I use it for pressure washing the cars. And then the rest of the stuff over here is just kind of boring stuff, kid toys and stuff. So here, if we spin on around, there's the entrance to the garage there. So I try to only kind of keep this part in of the videos because it's the good looking parts. So here, we'll start over here, and then I'll go from there. So here I have my stack. Actually, over here first, I've got a closet, and I painted that red to kind of match everything. I also, if I can come show you this, if you guys don't know, I'm a firefighter, so I also kind of painted the walls two-tone just to kind of match the whole firefighter thing. So as you can see all along there, and it matches in Milwaukee pretty good. So here, I'm going to start here, and then we'll go around. All right, so first here, I have my Packouts. So if I could lower it just a little bit so you guys could see, we'll go down first. Let me back up a little bit. So first I have my Packout. So here, what I have a door here, and behind that door is my AC closet. So it's not a closet I use a lot. It's a dump closet, so the AC dumps into it. So it's not a door I open often, actually at all. I might open it a handful of times to change the filters. That's about it. So what I did is I have my 3 stack of Milwaukee here, and on top of it, I have the Milwaukee the shelving system. You know, it comes with the tracks, and I've got the 2 shelves here. So I cut the shelves in half. You come with like the metal, which I bought some extra here. It comes with like these, the Milwaukee shelf comes with these. These are actually the vertical ones. So it looks a little bit different, but you get the idea. It comes with these. I cut these in half and then separated them. So I have 2 shelves. I've got one here, as you can see, and then one here. And then I've got them fixed into the door. Obviously, on the bottom here, I have the Milwaukee drawers. On the top here, I have some various tools. So I'll go through all that with you. So first thing, the double drawer. So I had these labels 3D printed, so I know what's in each one. First drawer, I just have miscellaneous stuff. Can you guys see that? Let me see if you guys can see that. No, you can't see that. So here, let me get a bit closer for this. All right, there. So first drawer, I have nothing. The second drawer, I printed a bunch of little bins like so. And I just got like all different type of tool hangers in there and stuff to hang in tools on my pegboard. The third drawer, the same thing. This is all 3D printed hangers that I have. I bought a couple of these are handles here, extra handles. I bought a couple from people. I printed some, just various extra items. And again, I printed these. These are made specifically for inside the 2 and 3 drawer pack out. As you can see how they fit in there. They fit in there like pretty good. So that's in that one, just 3D stuff. Next drawer, I have my die grinder, and then my Milwaukee die grinder, and then all the accessories. And then underneath here, you can go up to. Underneath here, I have compartments there for things. Extra storage in the middle, and then here I have my soldering iron and extra pieces. So that's that one. In here I've got my M18 nail gun, and it's inside a Packout insert. I think, can you see that Packout insert? Yeah, you can. It's a little bit hard, but you can see it. And there's my Packout insert. Moving on up, I've got, let me move back a little bit. So in here I was actually, before I started rocking my Vito, I was actually gonna try and rock this Packout, I guess you would say tool bag. And what I was trying to do is I printed these, and I was trying to make it so it's like 3 compartments there, so it's extra compartments in the middle, and it's all compartmented out. But I mean, it didn't work out, obviously, and I've fallen in love with Vitos, my Vito Pro Packs. They're awesome, so that's what I'm going to use now. So I've just always kept this guy. It is Packout compatible, so I just kind of lock it on the top here and leave it up there. In here, I have my hammer drill. This is the SDS, the M12 one. It's a good tool. I really like that one. But I'll leave that one up there. And in these 2 Packouts here, these one is tool hangers. Actually, I could show you guys. So hold on, let me get this stuff down. And then let me lower this just a little bit. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust as I go here. Okay, so in here is the SDS, the M12 hammer drill with the bits and everything. I cut out the foam in here. It's cool. I love it. I like it because I have these labels here, and I don't know if you haven't been watching my videos. I have all my tools set up, but I'm trying to go to 1 tool in each pack out, and everything that comes with that tool. So for instance, this is my hammer drill. I have everything to do with hammer drill in here. So if I'm going to do a hammer drill function, I bring this guy with me. And so it's anything and everything to do with the hammer drill. So I'm trying to actually get everything like that. But it's taking time, you know, and then obviously Packout's expensive. So inside this guy is any type of tool hangers that I have hanging on my pegboard, which I we'll get to in a second. So for instance, these are called tool hangers. It's ERZ, and there's certain hangers that are specifically designed for on your pegboard. I use them a little bit here and there, but now with 3D prints, you could print. I mean, you could print an exact. This is like a universal mount, and you could print an exact mount for your tool. So I have just all little hangers in here, different types of stuff I printed. This is for a set of Allen keys, and it goes on your pegboard. So miscellaneous stuff like that. This one is actually empty, I think, right? Yeah, this one is empty. So I was gonna put a bunch of drill bits in there. I just haven't done that yet. Maybe I will soon in the future, but I haven't done it yet. All right, that is that. All right, moving on around. So I'm sort of straightening up as I go. All right, let's come over here. So over here I have my Vito. This is the what was this one? SBLD. This one's a SBLD and this one's a DP3. So I have them hanging here. I like it like hanging up like that because then I don't gotta bend over. I could just grab it and roll. I used to have a ladder hanging there. That's why I got these weird hooks. But for now, that's where he's hanging until I figure out this is my electrical grab bag. So I've got like all the electrical bits in it. So that's what I'm running right now. So we'll see. Coming over here to my, I wonder if I can get this guy a bit lower here. Sorry, I'm sort of going to adjust you guys as I'm talking to you guys. So in here, I've got my 3-stack of, the famous 3-stack on the top. I have the workbench, which is great. I do love it. It just sucks, like you can't lock on something on top of this, which I don't know how you would do that, but it's like, okay, you're stopping this is on the top of your stack and that's it, because it is great. I do like it. First case, I've got just a bunch of screws organized. This is my all-purpose screws organized. I printed all these dividers and everything, and I also bought some are from Neat Tool. If you guys don't know about Neat Tool, they're great. Some are from Neat Tool, some I printed myself. That's just an all-purpose screw organizer. Move it on down. Next one is our famous Milwaukee bins. I've got them everywhere because I use Packout inserts. So every Packout I buy, I basically gotta try and find places for them. I don't want to get rid of them. I just don't because they are handy. I just gotta keep them stored wherever I can. And then the bottom, the actual big toolbox here, I keep empty for whenever I go on jobs or anything. I load that up. So I keep that empty at all times, just so it's ready for me to load up for job-specific things. Like I said, eventually, whenever I get it, so each Packout is with that tool and all the accessories in that tool, I can start carrying other stuff in there. But a lot of times I have to load that tub up with job site stuff. And then locked onto the front of here is the Milwaukee, the 3/8 1/4-inch socket set. And it's locked on there by Packable Tool. This is from Packable Tool. It's basically bolted onto your rails there, and it's metal, and it's so you can mount stuff on the front. And this guy is the 3/8 1/4-inch, the Milwaukee. I think it's a 306-piece set. I don't know the part number, but it's a real good socket set. I love it. It's great, and these all lift out, so you can put them in smaller Packouts if you want. But I like it in this big one because it gives you a lot to work with. And then I printed that little label on the front, the 3D print. All right, let's put this on top here. All right, that's that section. So moving on around. So the next section would be right over here. So here I have my Vito. This is my DP3. I've got it hooked on a wall there. All this is here is basically my all-purpose bag. So I've got a little bit of each tool in there to get me started. If I'm going in a job or going in anywhere, I grab this and this is my basic tools that I use a lot that'll get me going. And then once I get going, then I'll bring in more specific tools, but this is one of my favorite bags there. This is my first go-to grab one. On the edge of here, this is a packable tool. This is the packable Joey, and the same thing. It's a metal mount that's mounted on your rails, and then you can hook some of the smaller Packouts on the side there. Down here is a Klein Tool mod box. I've just got that kind of hooked on there for now. I don't know what I'm doing with that yet. All right, here I've got levels. I've got all different size Milwaukee levels. I got the 2-foot, the 4-foot, and the 6-foot. They are on there with stealth mounts. If you don't know about stealth mounts, they're on Amazon. They're a company in England. They do injection molded plastic stuff. They make Pacific stuff for Milwaukee and DeWalt, whatever you have. They're awesome. I've got a lot of stealth mounts over here, but they're holding all my levels there. a bit tight. Up top here, let me see if you can see that up there. Yeah, not really. Let me adjust. So up top here, I've got your Packout. I guess it would be a screwdriver holder. I think they call it. It's one that I've got just some Milwaukee tools hanging there. I've got an adjustable wrench, and then I've got what would you call it? I forgot what they call it now. Anyway, moving on. So we've got here I've got a 3D printed. This is my nozzles. This is for the M18 blower. So I've got a stubby nozzle. This is the stubby nozzle company. And then this is just a 3D printed nozzle, which I could interchange them on my Milwaukee nozzle. And this here is actually a blower mount, a holder, and I just put that there to store these on, which is pretty cool. Here I just have a hook and I got a tool pouch hanging. This is holstery. If you know holstery, you know they make really good. This is the no holster hooks. So I can hook tools on the side here. They're real good. All right, moving on around. Let me adjust. All right, let's get up in this corner. So here on the wall here, I have I've got the Milwaukee plates, and then I obviously have the crate here, and I've got the cabinet here where I keep stuff in there. On top of here, I have the vacuum, and I have the fan. In the corner here, if you can see that, can you see that in the corner? Right. Yeah, in the corner here, I have let me shift on over. In the corner here, I have another plate, and then I've got an extension cord, and then a shelf there. So if we come back and then go up on the ceiling here, I have all the Milwaukee the landscaping tools. So I've got the hedge trimmer, the edger, the weed whacker, and all that on the ceiling here. All right, and then down here, and again over here, I have two more Milwaukee plates here. So on here, I have, this is the 1/2-inch socket set. This is the Shockwave one, the impact ones. Those are like the heavy duty ones. I've got that's the whole set in there. And down here, I have the what do you call that? I guess the crate. Is it the crate? Yeah, that's the crate. Or I don't know, whatever you call it. And I got a couple of Milwaukee chargers here. This is actually my charging station. This is a magnetic shelf. And I have all my cables like coming to here. So this is like my charging station for the whole garage. I spend a shitload of time in the garage, if you can't tell. Tucked next to this, which is kind of hard to see, was a paper towel holder, the Milwaukee paper towel holder. That's holding all my tapes. And then here's a nice close-up look of all my charging stations. So that's like my charging station there. That's that. Spin it on around up on this wall here. So here I have, this is the Milwaukee, the light right here. It should be on. Let me see if it, no, it's not. I got to put a battery on there. So it's the Packout. This is the Packout light here, which this guy just sits there. Don't see. So you put a battery in there. You've got a USB charging, and it's like the work light that you can put on top of your Packout. It's kind of a cool invention. I personally, it just sits here. To be honest with you, I don't use it, but. And then obviously, so here I've got my battery holders. I've got that M12, M18 here with some of them. I've got them stacked everywhere. All right, turning on around here. So we're starting to get to the cool part here. So we'll do it top first. So up top here, so I have this is the Milwaukee toolbox here, the 48-inch toolbox. I keep it just like this. This is exactly how I keep it. I'm stationary, I'm not mobile. So I leave everything just like this. So at the top here, I have, this is me starting to get like my tools in. If something's up here, this is tool, this is all ready to go. So I have like the cutoff tool, the rib out kit, the Kaizen kit, black sockets, hole saw, oscillating tool. the M18 heat gun, M12 hacksaw, M18 installation driver. And over here, this is like drill bits. I've got oscillating blades, drill bits ×2, drill bits, Diablo spades, 1/2-inch bits. So this is like all my bits. Up the top, I've got the M12 radio. And these are two of them same shelves, the Milwaukee shelves. I have them mounted here, but on a horizontal track. So they come on the vertical with the vertical tracks. I bought a horizontal track on Amazon, and I mounted it just the right height, just above the toolbox here, so I could sit on shelves on there. Cause I'm limited on space here, so I try to use the exact bit of space I could. Moving on down onto the toolbox. This is just like not really my workbench. I have my workbench here. This is where I keep extra stuff as like storage. So how I tried to do it was I try to do all my lights on this back wall here. So I've got the Milwaukee lights. I've got MSR. If you guys don't know about MSR flashlights, I've got a number of them. MSR, they're so powerful. They're awesome. I love them. That's MSR flashlights. I've got all the Milwaukee lights on here. A lot of these are screwed in with riv nuts into the pegboard, and then they're just mounted on there. So I try to make it so everything was like organized. But as time goes on, you know, you kind of it don't really work out like that. And then up here I have magnets. So here I've got a magnet pad. These are Olfa knives mounted on here. I've got the M18 Rover light here. I've got a magnet here hanging my gloves. I've got some precision screwdrivers here. So if you guys own this this Milwaukee toolbox, you know the lid keeps closing. So they got this clamp that mechanics use on hoods of cars. So I bought that and I mounted that on here, so it keeps it open. I've got my wrenches here, a couple of magnets here, stud buddy. I got gear wrenches here. Got a magnet, the Tool Check Plus. The word Tool Check Plus, if you guys don't know about that, awesome, really good bits. Moving on down here, as we move on down into the actual toolbox section. So on the bottom here, I've got more of them red Milwaukee bins. I just try and store them anywhere I can find. Going through the drawers, I do have stuff organized in there. So I have another set of Milwaukee sockets, some drill bits here. I've got crescent wrenches, pliers. This is all stuff that I've used over the years that they're not. It's not my primary tools now. It's anything like, I mean, just any tools I've gotten over the years, but ones that I don't necessarily use all the time, they stay in here. Ones I use all the time, I try to have out ready to go so I can grab them quickly, just because opening up this is a quick step. I try to keep them in my Vito and stuff. Screwdrivers here, a whole bunch of screwdrivers I've got over the years. In here I've got my drywall knives, anything with drywall. Moving on down, this is just bigger tools. I've got hammers, axes, and any type of bigger tools, any miscellaneous different types of tool I've got in there. I got shims, tape. This is like your junk drawer. In here, I've got my woodworking tools. Any type of woodworking tool or anything like that, I've got in that one. Moving on down here, I have my power tools. So a lot of these are corded power tools. I obviously have the M12 system now, so I don't have corded tools anymore. I don't ever use any of these. I just didn't want to get rid of them because they are corded power tools, and I've used them many times over the years. So I've kept them because you never know what you might need them for. Moving on over, so I've got this is drill bits, and then I've got jigsaw blades. I can't think right now. I got jigsaw blades. Paint. I used to be a painter, if you don't know. So I've got these. If you don't know about painting, like HPLV spray paint, I used to paint homes, and each one of these is like $38. And I bought so many over the years. I got like 10 of them in here. I just don't want to throw them away. I don't have a sprayer no more. I got rid of all my sprayers. However, I paid like $39 for each one of these, so I don't want to get rid of them. So they're just kind of sitting here. I'll probably never ever use them ever again, but they're just here. Just a couple of different junk drawers here, a couple of different things. Here's all miscellaneous drill bits that I've had over the years that I've just always kept. With tools, I try to keep as many as I can. Another junk drawer. We've already looked at that one. Moving on down, this is knives and staples and anything like that. This is anything to do with the car, plug kit. Again, anything to do with batteries, cables, anything like that. On down, this is like so I've got like my rotary tool bits, my cutoff tool bits, my angle grinder, stuff like that, just like blades and stuff like that. All right, if you don't know about Utoku tools, watch my video on Utoku tools. Utoku tools are awesome. Watch my video. They're awesome Utoku tools. All right, moving on around here. We're gonna move over a little bit here. So here I have, this is actually the Husky desk. The Milwaukee, it didn't have nowhere for your legs to go under on the Milwaukee desks. So that's why I got Husky. And I've been saying I'm gonna paint it red just to match in. I just haven't. I should do. I do love this desk though. It's a really nice desk. And underneath there, I keep my little detailing seat mounted under that, which is a good spot for it. So I'm not gonna change because I do like that. I can grab that and I just roll it out. Here, this is my trash can actually. It is Harbor Freight, but it's a red bucket. So any of you guys know where I can get a Milwaukee bucket? I know you can get them at ACME Tools, but I don't think they ship them. Last thing I checked. All right, so here, let's get close. Let me get you closer here to the pegboard here. So this would be, hold on, I'm gonna adjust a little bit here. So this would be, I guess, what you would say would be like the main part here. So over here on this side here, so on the end of this is like where I stand most of the time here. This is like my workstation. So on the end of my toolbox here, I've mounted stuff just because I ran out of space. I need extra room. So here I've got the M12 inflator, and that is mounted on a 3D mount there, to where I could just unhook it off, and there's the 3D mount there. And then next to it, whoops. Next to it, I've got this is my vessel ball section, because I love vessel. This guy's not supposed to be there. This guy's supposed to be like over here somewhere. Hold on, let me move him out the way. So here, this is like my vessel ball section, where I have my vessel balls mounted. I love vessel, so I like them grabbed there. I got the Milwaukee flashlight here sitting in the Milwaukee. This is a 3D printed holder for it. Now here I've got the Nico bit holders. So here up top I've got basically any 1/4-inch nut driver that's long. I've got smaller bits here, my right angle bits. I got the Klein flip sockets, any little bits I've got here. These are the railer magnets. I mount tools onto here. They're pretty good. I like that. So like they're pretty strong magnets. So you can see I can mount this heavy tape measure on it. Works pretty good. Got the Milwaukee, and anything magnet I love. I've got the Milwaukee knife sharpener here. This guy comes in handy for the Milwaukee knives. Coming on down, I've got bit holders here. Here I got Neat Tools M12 battery holder. Got a bunch of different battery holding mechanisms here. Here I've got more bit holders here. Here's this is a 3D printed. This is I guess hacksaw oscillating tool blade holder here. Up here, this is my lights. So I have lights all around my my pegboard here, and that's how I turn the lights on and off here. So if I could click on here, let me grab it. Did they go on? I don't know if they went on yet. There they go. So there I click my lights on my, so then the pegboard, so then all the lights are going around there, as you can see them going. And then up here a bit, so mounted on the wall, I actually have my, that's my M12 hatchet, basically a chainsaw. I have that, a 3D print, just like this one here, mounted on the wall, and that's what's holding that. All right, so then coming on around here. All right, so here, so basically the start of my pegboard. So these are the wall control pegboards, the metal pegboards, and I have various different things mounted on them. So I have, it's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces mounted on here. So the pieces, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The reason why I have the big ones down here and 2 small ones up here was because the height. I wanted to still be able to reach up here. So that's why I didn't want to do 2 big ones, because then it would be too high. I can't reach it. And then up above that for the light, if I go up, it might shine in you. So all I did was 2 right angle brackets here, there, and then I mounted your standard. Let me shine it without blinding you. I mounted your standard 4-foot light above that, so it could cast down on all the tools. Onto the actual pegboard. If I could zoom in a little bit, I'll try and go section by section. So here, I have the square. I got 2 Milwaukee squares on a 3D printed holder here. Next to that, I've got the Wura hex keys. If you don't know about them, they're also really good. They're on a 3D mounted a holder. I printed that from a Thingiverse. Moving on around, these are all my scissors, and they're on it's a 3D mounted pair of pliers holders. And what it is, they're just round circles. And it's just all locked on there. I got my picas on there. Got a couple of nut drivers here. And I just kind of mount everything in there like so. And I use these a lot. All right, under the screwdrivers, I got my Weehas here. Same thing, they're on a 3D printed holder here. And I got it screwed in, and they're just here. Moving on around and make sure we're still looking good. Moving over a little bit. So here, my chalk shot, that is inside of, it's a stealth mount. And I think they're called the Unimounts. It's made for anything small like that, and it just locks right in there perfect, so I can grab it. I got my my Weeha Pico finishes. They're inside the same mount as these Weehas. Mount on here, I got a little mini turbo fan, a little blower. This thing is great. All right, here I have So here's the Weeha nut drivers. Here's the metric, and I have the SAE here. I'm currently building this little Weeha Cordera pouch, so I'm still messing with it. I haven't actually built a lot of it yet. I'm still working on it. But as you can see here, they're the same there. I'm gonna keep the SAE here, and then whenever I'm finished building this, I'll show you guys that. Moving on around it. So these screwdriver holders here, they're actually Weeha ones. I got them offline. I 3D printed them, and you can mix and match whatever ones you want together. And then obviously I have my Wura screwdrivers here. I got some Milwaukee ones here, and that's just all screwed in there. On top of that, I have a little magnet pad to where I could just put my go-to little knife there. I got the Nostra clip here that I need to mount, stuff like that. On top of that, if we come on up, I've got a magnet here, like your standard magnet strip that you use to hang knives and all stuff like that. I've got my go-to Nipex here. So these are, as I'm working, I do a lot of my work on my tool desk. As I'm here, to my right is the magnet, and my go-to, these are my go-tos. These are the ones I use the most. They're my go-tos. So I've got some Nipex, I got the pliers wrench, I've got some cutters, I got some alligators there. This is the Easy Red. It's just a little 1/4-inch ratchet. It's a nice long one there. Tajima chisel knife. I've shown you guys that a lot. You know what are cool? These are Nipex. They're a small little pair of tweezers, but they're so good, man. Like the grabbing of them are just excellent, dude. But definitely, I mean, they're not the cheapest pair of I think they're like $20 for a pair of tweezers. But I tell you what, they're awesome, man. Once you get a pair of Nipex, you don't go back. I got the little stubby, little Wura stubby there. All right, moving on next to it. So these are a Neat Tool. Neat Tool are a 3D print company. They 3D print various different types of things. So I just mounted 4 of their holders here to where I could put my M12 batteries there, and I have them right in front of me here. So if I need to grab any of these tools, I have all the batteries sitting right here. Underneath that, This is actually not three. This is actually in printed in metal. And I forget the name. I forget the name. I can find out the name of the company that it was. But I bought this little piece here to mount. I like that they had them a little bit on an angle like that. You know, so they're sort of easy to grab, but yet they're not sticking out too far. So it stops me from grabbing all the stuff under here. But if you guys want the link for that, I'll try and figure it out. I can't remember, but I'll try and figure it out. A little magnet here. Make sure I'm still in the camera. Yep, let me move it on over a little bit and zoom out. Sorry, I'm just kind of getting the perfect angle for you guys. Moving on over here, so I've got a couple of these little Weeha kits. I love these guys; they're awesome. This is the precision kit. I do grab these a decent amount. I like that they come in these little things here that I can mount on my my magnet. Again, like the same on the other side, I have a little magnet here, and I've got just a number of different tools here. I've got, you know, these are Utoku. I've got the Milwaukee Weehas. These are if you don't know about Engineer, these are a Japanese brand. They're awesome. And these were some of the original. But whenever Milwaukee came out with these needle noses, these were like one of the first ones that I had got. I just keep them because they're like the OGs, man. I've been using these for so long. Okay, next to that, on the side here, this guy. So if you look on the side here, let me try and get you as close as I can. So on the side here, these are bench belts. They're called bench belts. They're made by Stealth Mounts. I have them all lined up on the side, and then I have all my tape measures mounted on them. So just easy grab. You know, you could just grab it and then pull it off, and that's what there is. They're just screwed right into the drywall. These are the Stealth Mount bench belts. I use it to hold on the tape measures and various other items. Very handy. Got them on Amazon. Underneath that, I got another Milwaukee tape measure just hooked on the wall here. I've got the PB Swiss. This is the insider, which just has the bits like that. That's awesome. They're cool. That's just sitting there and ready for me to grab it. On top of this, up in the corner here, this is that Milwaukee magnet. And I've got just a number of tools that I grabbed sitting right here. It's extended out a little bit, and I just have the magnet, you know, holding them on. All right, moving on around here. All right, just getting the perfect position there. So next to these are all my M12 tools. So they're a 3D printed M12 tool. These are from Dennis Smallbone Prints. Here are the M12 tool holders that I have holding all the M12 tools on the pegboard. I just have it rib knotted in and held on there. These are Dennis Smallbone Prints. So I've just got a number of my M12 tools mounted on there, facing here. Like, oh, it's pretty convenient and easy. I like how they sit like that. Again, they're not like sticking far out, so that they hit my head when I'm working, you know, but they sit there pretty perfectly. Moving on around, next to it is here. I've got a couple of Wurr screwdrivers. Wurr are some of my favorite screwdrivers, man. Wurr really do make a good screwdriver. I absolutely love it. Next to this is the Wurr Cyclops kit. It's just a handy little kit, real good kit. I love this. You know, just Wurr. I love Wurr. If I could, I would buy all Wurr, but it's not really feasible. I have power tools, though. I do love Milwaukee power tools, but Wurr just very good overall. So coming up here, these are the Milwaukee the bit holders, and this is I bought this online too. I'll try and attach a link to that too, or let me know if you want it. I liked it because they sell plastic ones that you can only hook one, but I got all four of these hooked on here, and it's just so convenient that I have all four there. Here is a shelf that I got from that place, Tool Hangers, And then I've got my sander there, and I've got any little connection here with a D-ring. I hook them there just so they're kind of there right in front of me. Underneath that, again, I got another one of these magnets. And then this is the Milwaukee XPSs. I love these guys. They're awesome. With a little this is a Klein tool. This is a 1/4-inch ratchet. It is a little handy one because you can put your finger in there, and then you can hook your finger in there. It's pretty good. Moving on around, here's a bench belt with a couple of markers there. Here, this is a Milwaukee battery, but it has the magnet on the bottom. So this is from STS Auto Designs, and it's pretty cool because you could just mount it anywhere. Very handy. Moving on over here, I've got a hammer. I've got it hooked on here. On the top there, I got it hooked up. Let's adjust again. So here I've got the Milwaukee hammer, and it's hooked on a 3D print. Next to it, this is the M18 Impact, and it's on a 3D print too. The battery, it just slides right on. So this piece here, this was for my installation driver. The pieces, like each head, I had connected on there, but I put it inside my Packout for now. So I no longer, I'm gonna take that down or change it. Up here, I've got a shelf with my M12 planer. Next to that, I've got the M18 mid torque, and that is on a 3D print. Then I have the grinder that is on just a little shelf. Moving on around, I've up here. This is on another one of them tool hangers. So that's my router. Here I got a couple of demo drivers, and then up here I have a bunch of M18 and M12 like longer tools. I kind of try to mount them all together. So any longer M12 tool I just got right there, and I just grab it. Up above that on the tool hangers, those are my original Milwaukee tools. Those are the first ever Milwaukee tools I got. It's the Impact and the driver. I've had them probably 20, 30 years, maybe something like that. And I've used the crap out of them. I just kept them because they're a classic. I love them. They were my first ones that made me fall in love with Milwaukee tool. Next to that is the PB Swiss Insider. That's the great. I put it up there because I just love this thing. It's the big one, the big PB Swiss. This is an awesome screwdriver. However, very expensive. So I keep it up here just because I do for now. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. All right, next to that, I have the Crown stapler, and then I've got the M18 circular saw up there, and that's pretty much it. So, how I did it with my with the lights is I used. I think I have a video on it. I used a magnetic tape for the lights, and that's how I mounted the lights on the pegboard there. So I put the LED lights on the tape and then mounted that all around. All right, let's move on around a little bit. Let me see if I can back out a bit here. All right, so here, if you look down here, so here I've got a standalone AC. I spend a lot of time in the garage. I live in South Florida. I've got a little standalone AC with a funnel out. It doesn't cool the garage down, however, it makes it workable. I can work in here. I can get stuff done. All right, then on the desk here, I have a whiteboard. I like a whiteboard to take notes if I'm doing anything, getting measurements or anything like that. It's just very handy to have a little whiteboard here to take notes. I do like that. Next to this, I have my Vito. This is my work Vito. I take this to work with me on the fire truck. I've done a loadout on there. If you want to see the loadout, you can scroll down. And this guy, sometimes I leave it in my truck. Sometimes I bring it in. It depends. I don't really like leaving tools in the truck. I live in South Florida. The petty crime is pretty high. So I try to bring it in here on the weekends. All right, next to this, so here I have, these are a couple of metal screwdriver holders, and I've just mounted various shit. Look, the magnet's not the strongest. I got them on Amazon Japan. It's not the strongest. That's why I kind of just have light tools hanging on there, but it works. It does work. Next to this, this is my Unilight. This is to go around your neck. If you guys don't know about Unilight, get to know Unilight are awesome, man. Really, really good lights. Above that, I got my Milwaukee tub and just various other little things on it. Same here. And then to mount these, I just used the Stealth Mount tub clips. So the Stealth Mount bench buddies are basically just this little plastic piece that has the little clips there. So you screw this on the wall, and how it works, then you can hang your Milwaukee tub on the wall like so. That's how I've got these mounted on the wall. Got a tape measure. This is Leaf Tools. Leaf Tools makes stuff that uses the Milwaukee battery platform. One thing is the hot glue gun. Milwaukee haven't come out with a hot glue gun. I have no idea why, because it is a very handy tool. Next to it, I've got the M12 rocket light. Next to that, I've got the M18 blower. And normally here sits my M12 rocket light. I have that on a job right now, but that's where that normally sits there. Moving on next to it. So you're not going to see too many yellow tools. However, this is one of them here. This is the DeWalt 917 saw. I bought this thing probably same time I got my impacts. I bought this thing probably 20, 30 years ago, and I used it for years. As you can see, it's used and abused. But I tell you, it works fantastically, and it's the OG. I had it for so long. I've made a lot of dollars with it. I just really don't want to part ways with it. I just don't. I don't know. I've looked at the Milwaukee chop saws many, many times. I know they got a 10-inch and a 12-inch. I've looked at them many, many times because they are battery. They are better. I don't know. This guy just always gets the job done for me. So I don't know if he's going anywhere for a while. He's been very, very good to me. And what I did is I mounted it on this cart. So basically, it's only 2 screws holding it in. So if I need to take it, I can. But a lot of times, I'll just try and bring the whole cart in my truck. That way, I'm working up high. I used to have the DeWalt stand, and I ran that stand for the longest. But I had that in my trailer, and it all fell over and it all got bent, and I just threw it away. So I tried bending it back, but I couldn't. So that's why I don't run the stand. So I just built this little cart. It's a handy little cart, and then I've got all my screws, bits, and bobs, and it works for me. So next to that, here I have my extension. Up above this, I got my air compressor for whatever air compressors I need. I've got a California Air Tours air compressor up there. Here I have a little cabinet here to where I keep like just miscellaneous tools or miscellaneous stuff in there that I grab a lot. Let's see if I can get a bit closer so you can see what's in it. Just miscellaneous tools and stuff that I grab a little bit. I mean, whatever, it's like handy stuff. Up above that, there's the California, if I close this, there's the California Air Tools. They were, back when I bought this a couple years ago, it was like one of the quietest compressors on the market. It is very quiet still, but however, they might make more ones that are quiet. Got a blower there. Oh, there is another DeWalt tool. There's a DeWalt vacuum. I think it was really, really good. I love that guy. I will get the Milwaukee ones at some point just because I'm a Milwaukee guy, but that guy's still working good. All right, next let's move on down. Next to it is my cabinet. So this is my Husky cabinet. I got this is if you wonder what this is, paper towel holder. Pretty cool. I have the Milwaukee paper towel holder over there, but I don't really run this. So inside of the cabinet here, I've got basically some clamps, whatever, and then just some car cleaning stuff, and just various other little tools in there. Not really too many tools in there, just supplies. All right, let's go. Let me show. I do want to show you. Actually, over here. Let me move this guy, and I'm gonna. So inside of these here, I have a bunch of. The video's going on for so long, I forgot what I showed you, but I was going to show you what I keep inside of here. Make sure you guys can see that. Yeah, so inside of each one of these This is what I was talking about. How I'm trying to get all my tools into inserts like this. So if I want to use an oscillating tool, I grab this Packout, and I have everything to do with the oscillating tool in this Packout. You know, and then here I've got a hole saw one. I actually need to recut all the foam for this. I just haven't got around to it. But there's the Milwaukee hole saw kit. In this one, I've just got a couple of Milwaukee sockets there, the 1/2-inch guys. I'm missing a few there. I got to get them. This is a kit I bought, and I just haven't bought the things for it. And this one here is the M12 cutoff tool and the Packout insert. This is the John Pope Packout insert. I've done a video on these. If you guys haven't seen it, I've done a video on all of these. I'm just showing. There's the Riv Out kit. I've shown that one. Here's a Kaizen cut kit. This is what you use to cut the foam. I actually cut this all out of here. I'm gonna do a video on that actually. I just haven't done it yet, but I will. I'll do a video on how I made that because that's a handy little kit. If you're cutting out your own kits, that's a handy little one to do. This is probably the heavy one. I keep them stacked in 3 because I feel like that's the most common, easiest way to lift down. So this guy is, what is this guy? The heat gun. That's the heat gun in the Packout with all the accessories. I got the hacksaw in that one. And then last but not least of those, I have the insulation driver inside the Packout insert. And one more thing I didn't know if I showed you over here. This is the Milwaukee. This is the 1/2-inch. These are the 1/2-inch impact sockets. They're awesome. Really, really good socket. But they are very heavy duty and they're heavy. So they are that much thicker than a non-impact socket. So just deal with that. If you're running these all day and you don't need impacts, I don't know if, I mean, I guess we all think, oh, let's get impact so they're good. But I don't know if you need these thick ones because they are significantly more heavier than other sockets. Just a thought, but an awesome little kit. This was I bought this as a whole kit, and then I just added a cheap. This is a Pittsburgh one from Harbor Freight, a cheap little ratchet, a little 1/2-inch ratchet. I just bought a little cheap one to throw in there, so I have a ratchet in there. I haven't actually used that yet though, but it's in there for if I ever need it. All right, well, I think that might conclude our tour. So I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you guys seen something you like, or maybe you got some ideas from it, or whatever. If you just took a look at it and you enjoyed it, so I appreciate it. Comment, subscribe. Let me know if there's any ideas you think I could do better or stuff to include. I'm always constantly, like I guess you would say, upgrading my space here. So let me know any questions about anything. If you want any links, please comment below and let me know. I'll be more than happy to send you any links on anything, or maybe explain something else more in detail. If you have some ideas on what you want to do. All right, guys, thanks for watching.